Hi everyone, my name is Max Amordeluso. I am part of the Alexa organization within Amazon. I'm very happy to be here. It's the second year I speak at this event. I love it. I love to see what you guys are building and what you're thinking of building and some of the ideas that you have. Today I have one purpose only. I want you to be aware, to become aware, or to understand fully, if you're already a little bit aware, of what you can build today with Alexa. So that is my only goal today. Everything else, you can reach out to me later on, or you can find a lot of information out there. But the point today is to make sure that you walk away knowing what you can build today with Alexa. All right, so I grew up with reading a lot of science fiction. I grew up in a fantastic and marvelous world where things were possible in my fantasy and in those books that were not around me yet. Now, fast forward to today, and I guess that's why I work with these technologies, we are surrounded by fantastic technological advancements. And like Sir Clark said here, you can read this quote, this is very true for voice user interfaces. If you do it right, it feels almost magical. If this technology, so advanced, makes the complex simple, it becomes almost magical. So let's see how we got to this point. Some of you might already be aware that the original vision, the original idea behind Alexa for Amazon was the Star Trek computer. So there is a lot of sci-fi references in my job, and I'm very happy about that. And so this computer, for those of you that might not be familiar with, if you dare, raise your hands if you have no idea what the Star Trek computer is, but I don't think nobody will actually do that. The point is that a computing entity available from anywhere, all-knowing and naturally conversing with the people that want to interact with it. So how did we get to this point? We got to this point within Amazon observing three factors. So the first one was the incredible exponential growth of machine learning. So machine learning produces phenomenal results if fed with the right data sets. And it's fantastic. And in Amazon, we've been working with this sort of technologies for curated recommendations and other things for a long time. So we took the machine learning and great advancements in that field as a step one. The second step, the second component was that to understand, to have a machine understanding what a human being is talking about takes a lot of computing power and takes a lot of storage too. So what better than cloud, the power of cloud with virtually unlimited computing power, virtually unlimited storage to make this possible. And hence we started using, obviously, this as a second factor. Then the third factor is natural. Because voice is natural. We grew up using voice. We gauge the development of new human beings in the way that they use voice to communicate. I'm using voice to communicate with you. We use voice without thinking. It's natural, it's ours, and has a lot of power. All three things we put together, and we created Alexa in 2014. We put in 2014 the first Echo into the US market. And this technology, if you think about technology in general can be either individualistic, like we see this picture here. So this is a very personal experience, even in social settings, right? Or we could use technology just to become social, just to power up the social component and just to bring us together more. And that's what we wanted to do with Alexa. As you can see in these pictures, there is an Echo device and there is Echo buttons that are used for a social experience between among certain people. We have several devices, and we're making devices as Amazon of the Echo family. It's a lineup that has several options. So there is voice-only devices. There is devices that have a screen. There is devices that are made by others using a framework that I'm about to show you. But the point here is that to give choices to customers wherever they want to use Alexa. Why should a customer not be able to use Alexa on their fridge, right? Maybe the kitchen in the morning is the only place where you can actually hear the news while you sip coffee and the rest of the house is still asleep, and you want to consume the news from Royer TV, for example, a video flash briefing on a screen on your fridge. Why not? We believe that anybody should have access to this technology wherever they want to. Now, Alexa, since 2014, has come into several countries. Currently, 14 countries have Alexas that speak the local language, but there is also 80+ countries where Alexa is available and Echo devices are available in English, just to make sure that people have access to this technology. And around the world, there are hundreds of thousands of developers building experiences, customized experiences on Alexa. They're called Alexa skills that I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, as I mentioned, our vision is Alexa everywhere, to put it everywhere customers want it. But we cannot do this alone. Absolutely not. We need to use the creativity of builders anywhere, of inventors, of developers, of partners. And we opened up Alexa with two major frameworks. One is called Alexa Voice Service, and the other one is called Alexa Skills Kit. The Alexa Voice Service is that framework, that set of tools and ways that you can leverage to take Alexa and to embed it into physical products. As long as this product has a microphone, a speakerphone, and an internet connection, you can put Alexa in it. So think about from cars to appliances to wearables to any sort of device that you might have, anything that adds people. So you can build Alexa in it without having to reinvent all the science that make the understanding of natural language into something that you can use programmatically. And this is called the Alexa Voice Service. Both frameworks are free, and you can build with them today. The other one that I wanted to show you is the Alexa Skills Kit. So this is the set of SDKs and APIs and tools that you can use to add features, experiences, and skills to Alexa. You want Alexa to become a ride-sharing platform, a tool to order food, to provide entertainment, games, anything that you want. This is how you build it. And there are a lot of different ways to build it. You can build, if you're a developer, you can build with the development tools such as console. You can build it from the command line. You can build it with external tools. Really, a lot of options out there. Now, and we see the skills are being built with the novel use cases. So some of the most popular skills in the whole world are skills that produce the right sound at the right time. So there is a developer in the US that I had the pleasure to work with, Nick Schwab. He started with a simple idea: provide relaxation sounds, and that type of skills has become one of the most used in the whole world. Now, brands everywhere are seeing the potential of this interface, because why are we doing this again? I go back to the initial step. Because voice is natural. Voice is something that normally you don't have to learn or think about how to use. You don't have to learn, you have to read a manual to figure something out, to interface with technology, with voice. It reduces friction. And we're seeing that there is a very large amount of interest on these technologies, and companies everywhere are building this. And for you, that means also that you might think in terms that your company might want to build a voice experience. But those of you that might want to start a business building voice experiences for others might have a chance here. Now, I wanted to show you a few of the latest things that we've been releasing. We release a lot of features within Alexa. We keep innovating constantly because it's very important for us. There is thousands of people within Amazon that work with Alexa, and we want to make sure that we keep going, because there is still a ton of work to do. This is working today, but the bar is still extremely high because it's human-to-human conversation. Think about how good we are to communicate with each other with voice. We have ways of understanding each other from nonverbal communication, from experience, from context. Machines don't do that yet, but yet we judge an interaction with a machine via voice as we would be judging the interaction between you and me, right? So that means the bar is extremely high. A lot of work remains yet to be done, and that's why we keep innovating on this. One of the things I wanted to show you is the Alexa presentation language. So this is a language that we created from the ground up to enable developers to create visually appealing skills, Alexa skills, for those devices that have a screen. And this language is it's very powerful because it's write once and port everywhere on these devices. You don't have to think about scaling, you don't have to think about the specifics of rendering, because the language will do it for you, will adapt to the platform that it's actually being disposed on. So the paradigm, I want to make sure one thing is clear. The paradigm of skills remains voice first. So an Alexa skill has to work with voice only. But we figure out from our customers that the graphical component makes certain things better. Think about you want to create a dish. You have no idea how it might want to look. So in certain cases, an image will add a lot of context, and hence you can build it today with APL. Another thing that I wanted to show you is called skill connections. So this is the preview feature where you can use to have one skill calling another skill. If you're building something here, think about the value, the additional value you can give to your customers with this. Think about all the brand partnership that you have offline, if you're a big brand or if you even have a small brand, but if you have partnerships that have been developed with other providers, you can start putting these things together to create more than the sum of the single. Alexa hosted skill is a new thing, is a new way to make it quicker, to reduce friction to create skills. A skill, like a lot of other applications, have two main components, a front end and a back end. A front end, in this case, is a conversational interface, is all that set of instructions that you prepare for Alexa where you design the conversation. On the other side, there's a back end that can be any back end of your choice. Within Amazon, and my personal preference is for Aws Lambda, which is a serverless computing service that is there, scales by itself, it provisions by itself, is secure. So we integrated this better with the one single purpose of making it easier, of making it quicker to create Alexa skills for developers. But if you're not a developer and you can still want to create Alexa skills, you can do that in a number of ways. One of the ways that we created is the Alexa skill blueprints. So these are a set of easy-to-use templates that you fill with content. You can create stories, you can create experiences for your guests, for your pet sitters, for your family. Number of experiences that you simply have to fill with the content you have. But the difference and the novelty is that now you can get these experiences certified and made available to the whole world, to the skill store in the US. Somebody might be familiar with the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. In a voice user interface world, even a sound is worth 1,000 words, or it might be. You have to create an experience. You have to create a very immersive experience, and you do that with sound. When you create experiences with Alexa, you have the choice, for example, of recording an actor and then have this recording presented as part of your custom experience, as part of your Alexa skill. Or you can have Alexa narrating the whole skill. Or you can have something in between by using what we call a text-to-speech, a TTS service, Amazon Web Services Polly. You can use this service embedded into your skill to have Alexa speak differently. So think about that. You can have 27 different voices in different locales to create atmospheres. You can have dialogues inside your skill that have different voices to really create that experience that you want, with the flexibility of programmatically being able to echo what the user said or changing it on the fly and so on without having to record. So lots of options and very important options. Now, all of those releases, of all these features that we have, they're not always magically available everywhere in the world. We're working our best just to make it available, but we wanted to make sure that it's transparent where features are available in the world. And we created this page. It's called the Parity Page, that you can check if you want to know where and how a specific set or feature set is available in which locale. Now, to recap, Smart Things Everywhere, we see huge potential for voice to be the medium that you use to converse with your house, to implement the ambient computing that we are dreaming about. And there are things that make this possible. Some of these are listed on this page. But then also not to forget monetization opportunities. Making money is important for a lot of us, right? And you can make money with Alexa skills. You can make money by embedding, selling digital goods and services, and by having Amazon Pay as your monetization platform. So the frictionless, an Alexa customer can use their Amazon credential to pay for an experience seamlessly, like Virgin Trains is doing in the United Kingdom. You can book now entirely, you can find a train ride on Virgin Train skill and then perfect the transaction and complete the transactions within the skill with Amazon Pay. And there is other ways that we call in-skills purchasing. Lots of different ways to monetize from your premium experiences. Or, as I mentioned before, you can even create skills for other people and then sell out your service and create startups based on that. Now, I wanted to leave you with considerations that there is also the possibility with this technology to create very engaging and very new use cases. We can create ways, for example, to serve or to help elderly population to live longer independently. Think about in case of what we can do when we integrate a voice service like Alexa to a smart home that enables somebody with reduced mobility to live longer in their house, or just to have a social component or a social connection, all with the natural advantage of a voice interface. So I'm very passionate about this specific topic. Feel free to reach out if you want to talk about this more. And I also wrote an article on this. If you're interested, there is an enormous market, and this is tech for good, for sure. Now, one of the last things here is the Amazon Alexa Accelerator. So this is a fund that Amazon has created. We are the third year. If you're interested, there is a lot of opportunities there to be part of this acceleration process by Amazon. And at the beginning of April, there's going to be a session in Madrid. So April 1st and 2nd, there's going to be a session in Madrid with this program that you might want to check. And if you look on my Twitter feed, it's going to be, I pinned that tweet for some details, or you can search around it. With that, I thank you very much, and I hope that you got some inspiration to build. This is the opportunity that you have today, right now, to build something from the beginning of a very world-changing technology that is voice. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.